Hello, boys and girls. This is episode 6 of Sonic Boom TV, the Record Store Day Black Friday 2021 edition. Um, well, I didn't think I was going to be able to participate in Black Friday. As we've talked about in previous videos, I lost my job and everything. I had money set aside to do Black Friday. And then I got $50 for my birthday, so that helped out. But I had some money set aside. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to use it. Things, got a little better for me as far as working DoorDash, and I made enough money that I could do Black Friday, and still be okay. So, the releases that came out for the Black Friday event. Some of them got pushed back. A couple of them were pushed back from previous record store days to now. And I think a couple even got canceled altogether. But I wanted, there were 4 that I really wanted and 2 or 3 that I kind of wanted. I have 3 coming that I'll do another video on that I haven't got because I'm getting those from my friend at Spin Black Circle Records in Chester, West Virginia. So I'm not going to talk about those right now, but there were the other 2 that I was looking at getting. They had here in New Orleans at Euclid Records. I went there and they had most of the releases. They didn't have a lot of everything. A couple things they didn't have that I noticed that if I would have just went there, I wouldn't have been able to get 2 of the ones I wanted. So I got lucky this time. But that being said, what did I get? Well, this was the one that was 5th on my list of things to get, and I don't know why it was 5th, but it's Aerosmith. The Road Starts Here, 1971. Well, that's the year of my birthday, so. If I see something that's from 1971, I want it. But this is the first recordings. It says, "Dream until your dream comes true." From Aerosmith's Vindaloo Vaults, their first known recordings, all previously unreleased. So you can see that. And it's I guess a studio maybe practice session or something. I don't know. I haven't opened it yet. I'm gonna do that as soon as possible. I just wanted to have everything, for this video before I started opening things. Tracks are there's an intro, Somebody, Reefer Head Woman, Walking the Dog, Moving Out, Major Barbara, Dream On, and Mama Ken. And Dream On and Mama Ken are 2 of my favorite Aerosmith songs. I think everybody knows Dream On. And Mama Ken was covered by Guns N' Roses on the Lies album. And so this might be pretty good. And it was originally recorded in October 1971. I was born in November, so it's almost like meant to be, But anyway, so that might be pretty good. I think it's just black vinyl. I don't know. I didn't open it yet. The other one, I had missed a couple. I got one of their albums the last time, last record store day, and I missed one of them. And this one I wanted to get because this one I've never even heard before, and it's King's X. It's Please Come Home, Mr. Bulbous, and it's got this light bulb head guy. It's the first time on vinyl, exclusively numbered yellow edition, on sun yellow wax. So it's going to be this bright yellow vinyl. I haven't opened it yet. Appears to be a gatefold. Yeah, it's a gatefold. I don't know what's going to be inside. Maybe I'll talk about it if there's something cool inside of it. But I don't know this one at all. There's a song called Fishbowl Man on there. So King's X is usually pretty good. They're like 90s alternative. Sometimes they get thrown in with heavy metal, but they're not heavy metal. I don't believe at all. This one wasn't too cheap either. It was like $35. But like I said, I had it saved, so it was okay. And things worked out for me this week. But anyway, it's the numbering on it is what I thought was funny. There's only 2,500 of these, pressed. And when I was looking through the thing, the list, the records they had for a record store day, Black Friday, it surprised me that they had, I believe, 5 copies of this and other things that I know were more popular, more in demand, like the Aerosmith, the Mr. Big, and a couple other ones. They only had 1 or 2 copies of, and I was like, man, that's weird, because how many people are into King's X? I mean, I know people like them, but they're not super popular. I mean, they got a lot of albums. They've been around a long time, but 5 copies of this one that I've never even heard this one. It came out in, well, it says 2021, but it's not this year. It's but anyway, the numbering on the things, they didn't get in a row. Like, they got a random assortment. So they had like some that were over 1,000. They had some that were over 2,000 of the 2,500. And this one was number 858 of 2,500. So that's a pretty low number. I think that's lower than the one on the previous album that I got. So I've got 2 King's X albums on vinyl now, and I'm kind of happy about that. I hope it's as good as the other ones that I've heard. I may do a video on that one too. So that's it for the record store day released albums that I got from Euclid Records. Now, they had sales on other things. Okay. They had sales on other things too, and they had some regular price, their normal regular stock or whatever. So I was flipping through stuff that they got for new releases, and I don't know when this came out. It doesn't say, but a lot of people have records that they call their Holy Grail or Grail records that that they're dying to find. And I have records that I want on record. I mean, most of them I have on CD, but things I really want to have a record of, and I don't actively search for them usually. They just kind of come to me for whatever reason, whether it be an original pressing or a new pressing or whatever. It doesn't matter to me whether it's the original from 1989 or if it's the 2018 version. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. As long as it sounds good to me, I don't believe one sounds better than the other most of the time. But they just fall to me some kind of way. They're not always super cheap, but sometimes they are. And but this one was normal price. But Junkyard, self-titled album. This is one of my favorite albums. I've only had it on cassette. I could never find it on a CD anywhere. I mean, not that I really went ahead and searched for it, because I was able to get the songs from a library or something that I downloaded. It was I don't know. But this is limited to 1,500 copies. It's opaque yellow vinyl, first ever LP reissue. So it must have came out in '89. Yeah, the '89 debut album. If you don't know this band, they are kind of a hard rock, bluesy kind of hard rock band. They're heavier than the Black Crowes, but they're lighter than some of the other metal bands, So it's I guess they're selling it on here. They're featuring Brian Baker of Minor Threat. This is not punk rock, not anywhere near close to Minor Threat. This kind of stuff. But they, I think they might have had a minor hit with the song Hollywood. I know there's a video. And there's another album that they did called Sixes, Sevens, and Nines. And there was a song that I remember hearing on the radio off of that one. But this one, there's a song called Hands Off, where a guy catches the girl cheating on him. It's a hilarious song. And it's really good. I mean, but this is going to be, I'll say this is like one of my Grail albums, Junkyard. I have one of their other albums, one of the newer ones. It's still good. And it's like Rising Tide or High Water or something. I can't remember the name of it right now. And that one's on blue vinyl, and I just found that one too. So I'm hoping that this is really awesome, and I think it's going to be good. Back cover. But yeah, I was surprised to see this there. I don't know when this came out, because I I had asked the guy when I found the other one. Asked him if they had this one. He goes, I don't think that one's out. So it must have just been a recent release or something. So that was good to find. And only 1,500 copies of it. So luck. So then, before I get into all the dollar bin stuff that I got, markdown stuff, at the end of the day, I had a little bit of money left, not a whole lot, and I was like, I'm going to Walmart to look at a computer, which they didn't have at the Walmart I went to, but they were the only one that was open past 9 o'clock, and I just happened to look through the records. I had like $30 left, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't spend this, but then I saw Weezer. It's color vinyl limited edition clear green. Now that doesn't look like a clear green picture right there. It says dark green, so it's either going to be dark green or clear green, or maybe both. Who knows? But this album, Weezer got a little weird for me. Like I don't know what happened. They were amazing for their first two albums, which was the blue one and Pinkerton, and then they started changing a little bit. I don't know if this is the third or fourth album. This one has Hash Pipe and Island in the Sun on it, which are the hits. So I'm not sure if when this fell with their albums. I think it's like third or fourth album, something like that. But after this, they started to, I don't know, they just started losing me. I don't know what they were doing. It didn't sound like Weezer anymore. It sounded like just kind of generic pop or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I would buy the albums if I found them cheap enough, but I don't know that I would buy too many more at regular. This was $23.97 at Walmart, but I wouldn't pay more than that for any of the newer ones. I would have paid way more than that for Pinkerton and the Blue album, which I didn't. They were probably less than that. This one says made in the Netherlands in the corner there. So I don't know, Walmart gets some weird imported things like that sometimes. It's like popular albums, but they're from other countries. So I don't know, because I've got a couple that like say Germany or on the back or whatever. So that was the new stuff that I got on Record Store Day. Now, Euclid Records, they generally have a dollar bin kind of thing going there, and I always find really good stuff in there. I find stuff that people would never want in there, but then I find stuff in there that's really good, and so it's I never lose when I go to Euclid. It's one of the best stores I've been in as far as record stores go. It's a big store. It's got a lot of stuff. It's not always the best organized. They try and they do pretty good, but there's a few sections that just kind of you could maybe just make all this one big section and forget about it. Because they usually have a new release stuff or new stuff that they got in, maybe used stuff. Then they have the regular sections with all the albums, and then there's a bargain bin kind of thing going on, which is a big table of a whole bunch of boxes of records. I think they should blend that in with their other stuff, but it's no big deal. I just know where to look when I go in there. And then there's a dollar bin upstairs that's just whatever. But on Record Store Days, they put stuff outside from the stuff that they have in the markdown bin, and they usually offer different price, a better price. And my battery on my computer is going dead here, guys. We don't have to worry about that. They lower the prices, and this time they had bins that said 50% off, and they had bins that said 5 for $5. So basically a dollar piece, whatever you got. So I got 20 of the dollar bin ones and 3 of the others, I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to show you what I got. And most of the stuff I know, and then a couple of things I just got because I thought might be cool. So anyway, I got first. This one was priced $7, so it was $3.50, and it's called Eddie and the Subtitles. F you, Eddie. Underneath there it says the word. Thought it was pretty funny. Some of the song titles are funny. There's some liner notes. I don't think there's lyrics, but a sheet of liner notes. And it said, I opened this one. I haven't listened to it yet, but it said special colored vinyl, and I couldn't figure out which one it was on Discogs, so I had to open it right away so I could listen. And it's this translucent yellow, orangey. It's kind of an orangish yellow color. So it's pretty cool. I'm assuming it's punk rock. Probably humorous punk rock, which will be good. There's songs. I'll give you some of the titles in a second. We've got American Society, the original version. No Virgins in Hollywood. Zombie Drug Killers. Child Sin. Louie Louie. I don't know if that's a cover of the original that song, but Why Do You Lie? Circus. World War III or WW3. American Society LP version, Circus LP version, and Waiting for the Bomb. So I'm assuming this is going to be humorous punk rock, and it's probably going to be really short. So that's the first one. Then get something called Sea of Tombs. I've seen this in there a few times. I believe the price was a lot more than $7. And I thought the cover was cool, but I didn't want to buy it because I didn't know what it was. I think it's like a heavy stoner rock kind of thing, but it almost looks like a metal band. So, but it was $7 marked down, 50% off, so it's $3.50. And so, I got it. It's black vinyl. It wasn't brand new. It was opened. But I'm going to give that a shot. It might be pretty good. Then, the surprise of the day. I still can't believe I got this. Tiger Army. I believe this is their 5th album, but the album is like V ... dash, or as I would say, V ellipses M dash. But Tiger Army. This limited edition first pressing includes MP3 download card, clear electric blue vinyl, limited to 2,500. This price tag, if you see that, says $3 on it. Half price, $1.50. I looked this up. It's like a $60 record. I don't know why it was in that bin. Who put the price tag of $3 on it? They missed it, and I didn't. I saw it and I was like, things started spinning me because I love this band. I have some of their CDs, older ones, probably like the first 3 or 4 albums, and maybe one of them's an EP. I'm not sure, but they are like rockabilly horror punk sort of kind of thing. Not horror, but my light went out. My computer just died, so the light went out. But we'll continue this. So that I haven't listened to that album. I haven't heard it yet. But I think it's going to be really good, and I can't believe that it was $1.50 for that album. Then I found another one that was sealed. These are all $1. For the rest of these, I got them all for $1. This one, even though they say 3 for $5 on here, they were actually 5 for $5. So this one was unopened. It's called, I'm not sure which one's the name. It's either The Gospel Truth or Jealous Fires. Looks like alternative rock. Looks like maybe 90s style rock. Alternative rock. Got a cool owl on the front. So I'll check that out and let you know. Then I found something that, now that my light went out, we might not be able to see. That I found Simple Minds. Once Upon a Time. The hit on this one was Alive and Kicking. I think everybody probably, if you like 80s music, you know that song. The thing that's weird about this one is I haven't cleaned this record yet. Looks like black vinyl, right? But this is not black vinyl. People know about the Police album where it looks like it's black If you hold it up to the light, which I don't think you guys can see, no, it's not going to work. But there's a Police album for Synchronicity that it's purple, but it looks black unless you hold it up to the light. This looks black until you hold it up to the light, and it becomes like a translucent brown. And I was like, and I didn't know it when I bought it. I just needed this out because I have one of their other albums, and I've been, trying to put some of that 80s stuff together cheaply as possible. I try to find it in dollar bins and stuff. And I saw this one, I was like, yeah, I want that one because it's got that song. But I had no idea, and when I looked it up on Discogs, I saw that it said brown translucent on one of the listings. And I was like, well, maybe it's like the Police album. I don't know what made me think of it, but I looked, and I held it up to the light, and sure enough, it was brown. So that one is really kind of cool like that. I don't. It's not doesn't make it worth anything, I don't believe, but it's still kind of one of those neat things. And speaking of neat things, the next one I found was Styx Paradise Theater. Now, this one we may or may not be able to tell. The album has an etching on it. Yeah, you can see that, and it says Styx, and it has. Wait, it's got to go this way. It says Styx on it, and it's like almost like a. You can see it at a certain angle. There you go. Styx, and then it's got these two mermaid type figures. I think they're mermaids or whatever. If I can get them to show up. The light's got to hit it just right. There you go. But they're these two figures. One's on this side, one's on this side. I've never had a record that had that. I've had records that had etchings on them, but not with music on them. This has the music and etching on the same side. So that and it's not worth anything. But I thought that was really cool because I'd never seen that. And this one has the hit was The Best of Times. I believe that's the hit. Yeah, Best of Times, and I don't know any of the other ones. I'm hit or miss on Styx. I do have several of their albums, but I was never like a huge Styx fan. But if I had a greatest hits, I'd be good on that. But I thought that was cool. I do have some other albums that, like I said, that have etchings on them, but they're not on the. They're just like the side is plain, and there's no music on it. Then I found another one that seemed a little weird to be in a dollar bin, but and I don't know this band. I listened to it; it was good, but I've never heard them before. They're called Rusty Nail, and it's Losers, Bastards, and Bards, and they're kind of an Irish. Folk kind of punk rock kind of thing. They're not like heavy, fast, or anything like that. They remind me a lot of Flogging Molly. They do similar style songs, but they seem a little slower. They're not very up tempo. But came with a photos and lyric sheet, and then two cool records. This is green. It looks. It might. I don't think the color's showing true on the screen there because it looks almost teal, but it's a bright green, and each side, like this is the booze side. That's the bastard side, and then we've got this orange. The next one is the orange. That's the bard side, and then the shamrock side. And the orange, this is a very, very pretty looking records. I mean, they're brand new. They had a download card in it, but it's no longer useful. So somebody used it and just left it in there. They probably bought the record, didn't really like it too much, but downloaded the songs anyway and returned it. That's probably what happened. The records are brand new. The cover's a little rough on the edges, but for $1, well worth it. I mean, it was a good album. It's just, you got to be. I think you got to be into it. They do a cover of the Black Velvet Band, which Dropkick Murphys do a cover of that, which is a much faster version. But it's a really good version of that, and there's a lot of covers of that, by the way. It's an old Irish song. But there's some good songs on here, and I was surprised, and I'm glad I picked it up. The Fix Phantoms. I already had this. I didn't realize I had it already, but this is a promo copy, so there's nothing different about it except it's got that little stamp on it right there in the corner. That one's got Less Cities, More Moving Peoples, the big hit. I think that's it. There's some good songs on here, but that was their hit for that one. And then our old friend Rick Springfield, picked that up. I like Rick Springfield. He seems like a good guy. I see a lot of interviews with him lately. He's still doing his thing, man. And I don't know if any of these songs were hits for him. Human Touch seems like it might be something. I'm not sure. But for $1, I'll get that one. I think I have another one or two of his albums. Then this may be ridiculous. People may make fun of me. I don't care. I had this on a cassette when I was a kid, probably about 11 years old, 12 years old maybe. One of my first cassettes ever. I think I bought it myself actually, probably at Kmart. Bonnie Tyler, Faster Than the Speed of Light of Night, excuse me, Faster Than the Speed of Night. This has Total Eclipse of the Heart on it. That was the jam back in the 80s. This is 1983, so I would have been 12 when that came out. 11 or 12, but probably 12. Well, depends on what time of the year, I guess. That's the only hit song on here that I know of. But I don't remember any of this album except for that one song. And I know I had to probably listen to the cassette a million times back in the day, and it may come back to me when I hear it. This also says promo copy right there, so maybe it's worth $1. Then a band that I can't tell you that I've ever heard them. I've heard of them, plenty of times. I've seen the covers everywhere, and every time I go to find, if I find one in a bargain bin or something, either the record's missing or it's broken or some craziness. So, but I finally found two that I'll check them out. Molly Hatchet. We got Molly Hatchet, Beating the Odds, and Molly Hatchet, Take No Prisoners. And I believe that's probably the band members all painted into that. I guess they're a hard rock band. I don't know. I don't know anything about Molly Hatchet. This one is a promo, actually. That one. That's a promo, if you see the little stamp. They used that Frank Frazetta art on most of their covers. I don't know if this is Frazetta right here. This is Boris. But I think Boris may have painted the band into this. So, anyway, I'll be checking that out. I don't know how good the records are as far as condition. Most of the records were new. There's a few of them that had issues. Then, the Del Fuegos. This is kind of a not hard rock, but alternative rock, kind of bluesy kind of record. I listened to this one last night. It sounded good. There was one little part where it skipped. I'm going to have to clean it and see if I can get it to unskip at the very end of the last song on the first side. But this one's kind of weird. I don't know if we'll be able to see it on the screen, but on the back there's this piece that it's supposed to pop out and make like a little stand so you can stand it up, which is kind of bizarre, but it's like a die cut thing. But I'm not gonna punch it out because I don't want to do that. So that's the third album I have by them that I found. I don't think they had another real album. I know they had like a hit, greatest hits or something, but I think they only had 3 main albums, maybe 4, but I think 3. I bought this again. This is my second copy of this. This is a much nicer looking copy than the one I had. It's Mother Earth, Bring Me Home. It's like 60s, maybe early 70s. I don't know what it says. I don't know when it came. 1971. So there's another 1971 album that I have to have. This is actually a white label promo of it. Not worth anything really, but it was a better copy than the one I had, so I grabbed it. Then the Tubes. I have one of their albums before this. It's weird. This is called Credibility, Growth, Direction, I think. Oh, that's what it says on the back. But on the front it says The Complete Backward Principle. So one of those is the title. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan. I don't know any of the songs on this, I don't believe. But I'll listen to it a couple times, I'm sure. This just looked interesting. It's called Walking Wounded. Uh, Album of the Year by an LA band. Daryl Morden, Pulse Magazine. Never heard of this band. But try it out. I think it's black vinyl. It's good shape. I thought it looked good. The Del Lords. Frontier Days. I don't know who the Del Lords are. Be honest with you, I thought I did, but I don't know what this band is. It looks like it's probably 80s, maybe alternative rock. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know anything about this. Then these next two are things I heard about these on I guess I was watching a video of somebody on YouTube, and they mentioned these. I don't know if they mentioned that they were good or bad or what, but I remembered the names. So when I saw them, I said, you know what, I'm gonna try to get this. So this one's called Klaatu. It's Sir Army Suit. I think this is like a psych rock kind of thing. Not sure though. Don't know anything about them. Just the cover's real dirty. It could maybe be cleaned up. I don't know if I'm going to bother with it, unless it's really good. And then this one is called Sunfighter, with that crazy looking baby on there. Unlike Nirvana, there's no Winky. And so maybe it's a girl. That covers another. This one, it's a Sunfighter, and it's Paul Kantner and Grace Slick. So Grace Slick was what she was in Scandal, I think. Is that Grace Slick, the Warrior Lady? I don't know. So those I think that's a psych rock album too. So I'll check them out and see whatever it is. Then I found the Simply Red single for "If You Don't Know Me by Now" and "Move On Out and Shine." And I actually have this on a 45, but I think it's got a different cover. Something, I don't know if you know if it has the same songs, but I know I have this. So everybody loved that song back in the day. At least people I knew did. So I figured I'd grab that for $1. Then we got Foreigner, Inside Information, and I love Foreigner. I have a bunch of their records. This one I don't think I had on CD or anything. I think might have had it on a cassette. But I know there was a song on this, "Say You Will." That was the hit off of this one. And I don't think any of the other songs were big for them, but that's a good one. Good band anyway. And then the last two I got were some that again, every time I find these albums, they're either really scratched up or broken or some other stuff, and I never pick them up. But and hey there, the last video cut off for some reason. I guess there's a time limit. But the last two that I got for the Black Friday adventure was two records that I always see that are always messed up for some reason, or broken or whatever. And that is Nazareth, Hair of the Dog, and Nazareth, Expect No Mercy. I don't know any songs on this one. I don't know a lot about Nazareth except the two hits, which are Hair of the Dog and Love Hurts, which I've always loved this cover. And the last time I saw this one anywhere, it was at a pawn shop. They wanted $25 for this thing. It was torn on the corner right there. It had some junk on the bottom, and it was just beat up. The record was all scuffed up. I wanted $25 for that, and I got this for $1. This cover is in pretty good shape. I don't know that it's worth $25 even new. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but it has a sticker right there, which I'll probably be able to get off, and there's some writing that I'll probably just leave it there. I could probably get it off. I have Weezer, and there's somebody's name. I don't know, Wendy somebody in there, but whatever. But anyway, I always like this cover. This weird little three-headed monster, cockatrice or something. I don't know what it is. But anyway, it's a cool cover. It's in good shape. The record looked pretty good. It needs to be cleaned. All this stuff needs to be cleaned, but The I always see their albums, but they're never in good enough shape to buy, and a lot of times they're overpriced for what shape they're in. So anyway, that was the end of my record store day Black Friday adventure to Euclid Records and the Walmart one from Walmart. I got 3 more coming from Spin Black Circle Records. I'll talk about those when I get them, probably this week, Thursday or Friday. I'm supposed to get them. And then who knows what other videos are coming. Anything you want me to talk about, who's listening to this stuff at this point anyway, I don't know. But I gotta figure out how to splice these videos together now, because the videos stopped at 30 minutes. I don't want them to go longer than that. This was just basically what I got video, and it was a lot of what I got. That's it. Until next time, I'm Kevin, and this is Sonic Boom TV.